Hey guys, this is Kathy. Welcome back to my channel, Kathy's Favorite Things, and welcome back to another episode of Wrapping Paper Wednesday. You guys, this is an open collaboration hosted by myself. You are welcome to join if you want. If not, you just are welcome to watch this video and see what I made using wrapping paper. You guys, today I have for you some cards that I made using wrapping paper, just because recently I went to Target, and from the Target dollar spot or the bullseye playground, whatever you want to call it, they had a bunch of cards for $1. So I thought it was a great idea to buy a few of these packs right here. There are note cards with envelopes. They're $1 and it has 12 note cards. Granted, they're not the best quality cards. So I opened the packet to start working with them. And the cardstock is super flimsy, but it's great for just a note. You know, if you want to send a note to a friend, it's okay. I mean, the cardstock, the cards that I usually buy from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's to embellish and do that, they're usually sturdier than this. And these are glossy also, but you know, they were $1 for 12, and they came with envelopes also. So 12 cards and 12 envelopes, so you cannot beat that price for $1. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna embellish them. So I'm gonna put this here. I used some of the craft paper color and some of the black and white, and then I also made some using the Hobby Lobby cardstock. So let me put this to the side here, and let me show you first the envelopes. These are the envelopes that came with it. They are white and red, the one in this packet here. So you can see this is the card and it's the color brown, and this is the black and white, and the envelopes are red and white. So these are the envelopes. I did decorate the envelopes, and they are like a Christmassy card, and this is the paper. It's a Hello Kitty paper. So these are the envelopes. You can see this is the Hello Kitty bow, a cupcake, another cupcake, and another bow. Okay, so just simple envelope decor. Same thing in this one's here. This is the little gingerbread house, another gingerbread house, another cupcake, a gingerbread man, and another cupcake, and another cupcake. Okay, so that's just simple for the envelopes. I wanted to give them a touch up of color also because, you know, they were like plain. Well, what you're gonna do, this is a wrapping paper, and like I said, it's a Hello Kitty paper, which I actually have here, and I'm gonna show it to you first. This is the wrapping paper that I used, and it's the Hello Kitty Christmas paper that I got from Dollar Tree, and it's gingerbread cookies. So as you can see, the head of the Hello Kitty is a gingerbread cookie decorated with icing. And then the gingerbread man and the house and all of that. So it's super cute. I especially like this cupcake, the pink one, and the Hello Kitty head, and this one, the Christmas cake, is my favorite. So yeah, you guys, this is one of the papers that I used. Then I also have this other Hello Kitty paper here. I also got it from Dollar Tree, and this is a Hallmark paper, you guys. If you see the back, it has that crown over here, the Hallmark crown. And this one is a wreath. It's a Hello Kitty wreath, and it's so pretty. And the background is red and pink. And I did not use the background. I just used the wreath, and I fussy cut it. But I'll show it to you now. And this is some other of the paper that I had used previously also. It's gold. And it's a really, really thick gold. And I got this from Marshall's a while ago, and I've had it for years, but I really liked it. So I also used some of the Dollar Tree gems to embellish. And I also use these gems. They were pearl, but they were like in the Tiffany blue, and I used the whole packet. I only have those little ones left. This ones, I haven't used it all yet, but I might embellish it more. And I also used some of these ones from Hobby Lobby, which are the Paper Studio gems. I love those, they're super shiny. Now, when you are working with wrapping paper, you guys, you have to, for you to glue the wrapping paper to your cardstock or whatever you're gonna glue it, like in this case here, right? So I cut a piece of the wrapping paper. I didn't do it perfectly because I had to glue that on my cardstock page, right? I have this cardstock page color that I don't really use that much because I don't like, you know, dull colors or darker colors much. So I chose this page out of my paper pad to glue this on. And to glue the wrapping paper on the cardstock, you have to use glue stick. If you don't use glue stick, if you use wet glue, it's not gonna look as smooth as this one here. See how that one is really, really smooth? When you are gluing a thin paper over a cardstock surface, you always have to use glue stick. So if you are gluing a piece of napkin onto cardstock, you also should use glue stick. Or if you are wrapping tissue paper, trying to glue tissue paper over a cardstock piece, also use glue stick, you guys. So keep that in mind. When your paper is thin, use glue stick, okay? You can also use Mod Podge if you want, but this is much easier, less messy, and everybody has a glue stick at home because, you know, we all tend to have kids or grandkids or whatever, so you always have this on hand. So this is what you need for your wrapping paper to go on your cardstock. Okay, so I did that, and I just, you know, glued several pieces of the things that I wanted to use. In this case, the heads of the Hello Kitty, the gingerbread house, the gingerbread man, the bow, and the candy cane. You know, so I did already cut a lot of them and already glue them on my cards. So I'll show you that now, okay? But I just wanted to explain to you what you're gonna need and all of that. You don't have to use cardstock to glue the things. You can use, you know, magazine pages or anything you wanna use. I just have plenty of cardstock that I don't use, so that's why I use that, but it's not a must, okay? You can recycle things from your junk mail that you get, glue it on top of an envelope or whatever. You just want to make it a little bit sturdier, right? Because the paper, it's kind of flimsy, just the wrapping paper, and you want to give it some sturdiness, you know, like this one is already fussy cut here. So after you do that, you fussy cut it the way you want, you know, and glue it on your card. But this one is already on the cardstock and it's much sturdier, you know. So that's what I did before I glue them here. This is not just wrapping paper, it has cardstock underneath, okay? Alrighty then, so let me show you the cards that I made using the ones from Target first. This ones, okay? The one that came in this packet. Okay, so this ones, I feel like I said, since they are kind of flimsy, I think I'm gonna have to, I don't know if I'm gonna leave them like this or if I'm gonna put a piece of cardstock here on the back to make it sturdier, because I feel like they need some support. But you know, I still like them. Maybe I should just forget it and just leave them like this and send them, you know, to friends, and like, because my idea was to make this, to embellish this a little bit so I could use them as just simple note cards to send to friends when I send something. Let's say if I send you, you know, a few bags of hot chocolate for Christmas and I want to send a note, then I'll have this, you know, that it's it's not so plain like this. And it's embellished a bit, you know? So it's just a note. Maybe I should just forget it and leave it instead of putting something here. But you know, that was my idea. And that's because I always try to be a perfectionist, but I need to let it go. So I'm just gonna leave it like this probably. So it's kind of cute. You know, it has the gingerbread house, the cupcake that I love this with the pink because I love pink. I put a gemmy here, one of those Hobby Lobby ones. These little ones that are super shiny, you can see it shines a lot. And the gingerbread man, maybe I'll add a bow on top of it, like a ribbon bow or something. I don't know, maybe some stickles to make it even more shiny because I like shine. This one's here. This one is much, you know, it's also a bit simple for my taste because I usually like to put a lot of stuff on it. Maybe I'll put more jemmies here or something. I don't know. But you tell me, you know, I try to let, you know, some of them looking simpler. But this one has the gingerbread man with the little jam here. And I put some of those Dollar Tree jemmies here. Dollar Tree jams are really good to use when you are mass making something like this. And you wanted to give it a pop of color and something pretty on it. Because they're only $1.25 now. And you have a lot. And I use the whole packet like you see here. I only have a few left. But this one I really like. It was just this color. And it was too plain for me. You know, I wasn't going to use just a plain card to send to a friend. You know, so I had to embellish it more. So I fussy cut the head of the Hello Kitty. And then this one here, I did go around the whiskers, but I did that just in this one and I didn't do it anymore, as you can see, because it was taking me forever. And I'm like, forget it. Just leave it. And I might put another gem. I didn't put a gem in this one here because it already has a lot of gems here. But I might still go back and put one there. Depends. I don't know. Depending on who I'm going to send it to. If I know that that person likes, you know, shiny as much as I do, I'll put a gemmy. Or more stickles or something, you know. But look at this one. How cute it is. That's the gold paper on the background. Is the one from Marshall's. And then this is the gingerbread house, the Hello Kitty, and the cake. And how cool is that? I love it. Okay, let me go faster. This one is the other one with the pink cake, and they don't have anything on the inside. I do have little strips of this gold paper that I, you know, when I cut it, I had some stripes that maybe I'm gonna go back and glue on the inside. I know that I will, but on the back here, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. So I will have a few note cards to be sending out to friends. And I might use them as thank you cards also. So if you guys receive a thank you card from me and it's a Hello Kitty Christmas card, you know that I have been making a lot of cards for Wrapping Paper Wednesday. So, you know, I know that it's not Christmas yet, but you might receive a Christmas looking card. It's just because I love Hello Kitty and I wanted to use her. And I already made some with some other characters that I have a lot of paper, wrapping paper that I got from Dollar Tree with other characters. So you'll see that probably, you know, in a few weeks when I have another Wrapping Paper Wednesday. So there you go. This is the other one. So they are pretty similar. It just changes the cake. You know, this one has the pink and this one has this cake here, but they are my favorite because it has gold, it has a Tiffany blue, and it has a Hello Kitty. Those are my favorite. These are okay, but I know that I have friends that like gingerbread man, so I had to use some of that too. Now I have more Hello Kitty over here using the cardstock from Hobby Lobby, you guys. And this one is much, much sturdier. You know, I don't feel like I should put something on the back here, some support, because this cardstock to begin with is already a different quality, you know, and it's a bigger card, see? This is much smaller, but again, this were 12 cards and 12 envelopes for $1, which was a steal, so I shouldn't be complaining, right? This one, I bought a stack of this on sale recently at Hobby Lobby for like $3, and it came with cards and envelopes, so it wasn't such a bad price either. This one is this paper here with the wreath, Hello Kitty wreath. And so I cut a piece, glue it on top of the cardstock, like I said, glued it with the glue stick, and then fussy cut around the wreath and glue it on top of my card. Then when I glued it on top of my card, the wreath was too big, so I had some piece left over here on the bottom that was hanging, so I just turned the card around and cut it, trim the excess. So now I put a gem in here, one of those Hobby Lobby gems. You see how shiny it is. Some of the Dollar Tree gems here all around it because I wanted it to have a lot of shine. And I glued a pom-pom trim here on the bottom. On the pom-pom trim, I glued it with the fabric tack, you guys, because it's a trim. So when I glue trim on my cards or anywhere, I use my fabric tack because I don't want it to go anywhere. So yeah, and under these gems, I usually go and put a little bit of glue, wet glue, like the art glitter glue or any kind of wet glue that you have, just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. Because if you're gonna send this in the mail, you know how the post office, they are rough with their stuff. And you know, they go through the machine and then the gems are going to go all over the place and they're going to move. And when your friend receives your note card, the gems are going to be crushed. So if you don't want them to move, just add a little bit of glue underneath. And usually if I'm going to send a card like this with like jemmies, I write on the envelope, non-machinable, so they don't put it through the machine and crush my gems. But that's just a personal preference, you know, just something that I'm letting you know in case you didn't know. But look how pretty that is. So now I'm gonna go faster because I'm taking too long. This one I left it without the gems around it, just to show it to you how it looked without it. And to me, more is always more. So I think I'm gonna end up adding gems here maybe also, because you know, I just like it. I just like gems. And this one has that, the other one also from Hobby Lobby. This one here, I added some of this pearl trim here. It's flat pearls, and I got this from Dollar Tree, but I think it's, I don't know, I can't really see it very well. It doesn't add a lot of color, so it's already glued there with the fabric tag, so I'm not gonna remove it. But I think I'm gonna add some of those pink gems here, maybe to give it more of a pop of color, because I think it needs a little bit more. And here I added that gem from Hobby Lobby. This one also, I left it without the pearls, but I know that I'm going to go back and add them all around it, like this one, because I think it looks so pretty with the pearls, right? Yes. This one here, this one was super plain because I used the white pearl trim. And since it's white, you can barely see it. So I had to add more gems here on the bottom and here on the top. And it has one of the Hobby Lobby gems also. And over here. So it's okay. It's much better than it was. And I did the same to this one here because, you know, it needed something more. So those are my cards for Wrapping Paper Wednesday. I do have, for my next episode of Wrapping Paper Wednesday, I have another craft that I'm going to show you. It's not going to be cards because I'm already working on that. But I did make more cards also with some other character. So that will probably air, you know, after, you know, like maybe by the end of the year or something like that. Because I'm only doing this every other Wednesday, you guys. So you will see those other cards soon, but first, before you see them, you'll see something else, another craft. Okay, you guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this idea. I'm just showing you ideas to use your wrapping paper. That doesn't have to be just for wrapping things. You know, you can use it in crafting. Just, you know, you need a little bit of glue stick and a little bit of fussy cutting, and you will have something pretty. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the ones from Target better or the one from Hobby Lobby and all of that. Okay, you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. I love you guys. Bye.